Hello from Houston, where it's just a balmy. I went for a run this morning at 7 a.m. I do this Memorial Park thing. It's almost a 4 mile loop. I did that when I lived here for years. It was 80 degrees at 7 in the morning and 94% humidity. That'll bring the sweat out. It was good. Um, this video is for the metaphysical crowd only. It's for the, well, not only, but it's specifically directed at the woo-woo crowd, which I am part of, among many other crowds that I'm part of. And there's a lot going on, as we've talked about, as many can see. If you're doing metaphysical, whatever you're doing, whether that be Reiki or tarot cards or helping healing or just holding space and helping people, being of service, that's good. But I want to point out that I've seen a lot over the last few years. There's a lot of shenanigans that go on in the metaphysical world. There's a lot of con artists, just like in any side of life. There's a lot of people who aren't quite who they're supposed to be. But specifically, I'm talking about the people who, the empaths, the people who claim that they're enlightened and they're awake, but yet they get triggered by 3D stuff. That's whether that be politics, mostly politics or something else. You're not walking the walk if you're doing that. And I've seen that with friends of mine. As a matter of fact, people I know, I'll use an example so you understand what I'm talking about. There's somebody I didn't really know in person. It was a friend of a friend who had followed me on Facebook for years. She, and she yoga, all these sort of, talks the talk. And then I had mentioned what I do in all my posts and stuff. I had mentioned something about Kamala Harris and how she got into politics, which is basically Willie Brown's. Anyway, I got the true history, and a few people came unglued, but specifically her, and befriended me. That's okay to be upset by these things, but if you really do see the bigger picture, if you are practicing in the metaphysical side and you're practicing meditation and you're truly doing those things, then you're going to see a big picture and you're not going to get triggered or have deep-seated big emotions, mostly low vibration emotions from something like Trump or the vaccine, things like that. I hope I'm making sense, because I consider myself awake. I consider myself constantly practicing in the metaphysical world on many things. I've said a lot of times that when I travel, I'm here to be of service. My life now is to be of service and help people on many different levels. And yes, I am a Trump supporter, but I don't blindly follow him or a party or anything on any other levels or an institution. And so when something happens, like when it came to vaccines, and Trump was, at the time, it seemed that he was endorsing some vaccines, I completely didn't listen to that. We have been teaching holistically the best way to help our immune system naturally. So round and round again, I'm trying to make sense with this. That people who claim, if you're doing metaphysical work, if you're helping people, great. If you're holding space, as I said before, great. If you're doing your own thing, great. There's a lot of us out there doing that. But if it gets to a point, if you are saying that you're awake, saying that you follow the metaphysical principles like yoga and meditation and peace, love, and understanding and all the things that sometimes we get made fun of, then you should also not be taken down the road by politics or by, COVID. If you got pulled into COVID, then you weren't seeing the big picture, because most of what people like us see is a bigger picture. It comes with a bigger perspective, part of that metaphysical world. When you're truly doing the meditation and a lot of other things, you're seeing that bigger picture. You're seeing things for what they really are. That's why I didn't buy into the COVID narrative immediately. Now, the majority of people are understanding what it really truly was, and what people like me were talking about at the very beginning. And this applies to a lot of other things. Yeah, you can be involved in politics. I'm involved in politics. And as I said, I'm a Trump supporter, but I don't get bent out of shape. If somebody, I don't engage with people. I don't get bent out of shape or brought down into lower emotions, vibrations, anger. If somebody calls me on it, or somebody comes out and says Biden, I observe. I become an observer. If tomorrow Trump turns out to be an alien antichrist, I'd be surprised, but it wouldn't blow my whole world apart. So hopefully you're getting what I'm saying. Become an observer. You can have beliefs, you can stick to things, but become an observer and don't get, as I've said before, don't get yanked down in the muck. So if you're saying peace, love, and understanding, doing all the stuff, the yoga, the meditation, and then you, and I see this on dating sites too, by the way. People who say, women who say, not that I use them a lot, but I use them to meet people along the way. Women who have all the tick marks of like, yeah, I'm awake, I'm spiritual, I like to travel, all this. But if you're a Trumper, swipe left or whatever. That just doesn't gel if you're truly working in the metaphysical field. You can do what you want, but I'm trying to explain a big picture here. If you are living the life as best as you can, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at all, but I try to see the bigger picture, and I don't get triggered by people coming from other walks of life that I may not disapprove, I may not like or believe. I accept them for what they are, and I've said to people over and over and over through the years who defriended me, called me names, I said, I will be here with open arms when you're ready, if you're ready. No apologies, no agenda. I won't say I told you so, none of that. So truly walk the walk if this is what you were proclaiming. Okay? Because there's a fine line with everything, especially in these times now. We're coming into where our world is, it has been, but it's going to be even more in the next few months. Everything you believe in is going to be turned upside down. And I've said this like a broken record. Find your balance. Find your grounding. Find what works for you and your peace. So when that storm is here, which we're in the middle of, and it's knocking you back and forth on many different levels, not just politics, but everything in life, you're centered, you're grounded, and you're going to be good for everybody around you. That's the key. Don't get dragged down and caught in the muck. Okay, I think I've tried to explain that. So anyway, good luck. We're going into bigger storms ahead, and I'll talk to you soon.